80,000 Bitcoin millionaires have disappeared.
It's like speed networking almost.
This used to actually be a bank.
Legitimate bank vault.
I predict the next 2 years is going to be very, very ugly.
My name's Ryan Pineda. I'm an entrepreneur who started multiple 7- and 8-figure companies. I'm also a real estate investor who's bought hundreds of properties. And it might look easy on social media, but here's the truth. All right, so we're at our biannual company retreat. We do one in the summer and we do one in the winters for all of my companies. We get together since so many of us work in other states, so we never see each other. A lot of these people I'm meeting for the very first time. Like, it's crazy.
Hey man, so like, you know what? Let me just take you back here. This is San Diego. Squeeze the wheels with you.
Hello, nice to meet you. My name is Javier. I'm your San Diego tour guide for the entire trip.
Let's go.
So we have a full itinerary planned and yet to come. You know, happy to see you and we'll get it going. That's all I got. I'm done. My hands are dirty now.
When we first started these, I knew everybody. And like, as they've slowly grown, that percentage of people I don't know just keeps growing.
This is how you get close to one another.
Yeah, we're actually knocking off in today, guys. How we were going to build camaraderie during this company trip.
I mean, it sounded solid. That's. I hit something over here. So, want to take my demo down or something?
No, it's fine. The good news is no glass.
I want to know how he's going to edit himself in now.
You know what? I'll make it look like you did it.
I was actually thinking that. I was like, dude, Kobe's with us. You can better believe he's going to be in this vlog a lot. But Hormozy hired a guy named Caleb who follows him around, and Caleb used to work for Gary Vee, so he's like his vlogger. Caleb is actually coming on my podcast next week too, to kind of just talk about strategies and how he helps Alex and Gary and them.
Nice.
Austin, dude, put it on my Live Tour mixtape.
Oh, there we go. Look out. Oh, there we go. Hello. And Ryan Palmer.
So last week we had our company event in San Diego and it was a ton of fun. But instead of flying back with everyone to Vegas, I actually had to take the red eye to Florida. So we're here right now. We got in at midnight and today I am going to film with Patrick Bet-David, who is obviously someone that I really look up to. He's really the reason that I'm doing these vlogs now. I saw him over a month ago at an event and he recommended that I switch up my content and kind of start doing something new to get to the next level. And so here we are. We have the vlogs, and so I'm going to tell him about my progress. And I also want to ask him about the real estate market because he thinks that everything is going to crash. Like, he's predicting major things. And so I don't necessarily believe that, and I want to hear why he thinks that, and maybe we'll have a pretty good debate on my podcast. If you didn't know, I bring my golf clubs literally everywhere. I went golfing this morning with one of our students at Future Flipper. Super dope. He's in his first year flipping houses. He's on pace to do over $500,000 this year. But before we meet with Patrick, we're actually gonna have lunch with my new partner, Heather Blankenship. Her and I just started a company called Wealthy Woman, which is gonna be a really cool women's mastermind for the wives of entrepreneurs, for women who are entrepreneurs. It's something that's not really out there right now. And so I think we have a huge runway of potential to really integrate a lot of women and help them out.
So you have to have an upgraded Zoom account, and it moves everybody around every couple minutes, and they get to meet and talk to new women.
Wow.
Which is the whole idea of the group, is to meet a bunch of different like-minded women and enjoy being like, oh, you do blah, blah, blah. And every couple minutes you're in a different group talking. It's like speed networking almost.
Right. You're just targeting the women who are already entrepreneurs, and I target the wives. Hopefully for me as I evolve is that I'll get to interview a lot of these really successful people that are like really big celebrities. You look on his wall over here, Wayne Gretzky, you've got Magic Johnson, you've got Kobe Bryant, you know, all of these just really cool people that are just great interviews. And so I definitely see myself doing that as I evolve into doing just anyone and everyone who's successful, not just a business person or a real estate investor. This used to actually be a bank.
Legitimate bank vault. See the door?
Oh. So you bought this building. It was a vacant bank.
It was a JP Morgan.
And you said, we're going to just make this an actual podcast studio. It's really the vault.
Because there was so much negative pressure in here, we had to drill, same thing, a diameter this big around about 15 of them to create a release valve. Otherwise, you would try and close the bank vault door.
You'd die.
And it sucks you in.
What?
Yeah, you can move it. It's just, dude, that's a real door.
It's just freaking, just get this thing in.
It's a beast.
Dude, this thing is so heavy.
Just watch your feet on the back end. That's
Saw that hair, I said, I know who that is. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Of course.
Beautiful office.
Thank you. Valuetainment for me, media has been a part of the play for a while. It went from being a YouTube channel to a media company. I said, listen, this can be a lot bigger. When we chose the Valuetainment name, that was the name of a publicly traded company ran by a CEO named Dirk out of Germany, whom I called and I said, I want to buy your domain, valuetainment.com. If we're gonna do this, we gotta do this to run a media company. So within Valuetainment, there's a consulting business that we run. There's a vault business that we run. There's a podcast business. Now we're recruiting podcasters. There's original content series that we're doing, documentary that we're doing. We'll be doing movies as well, an OTT model, and then that'll be a media empire competing with the likes of, what Ted Turner did, what Kirk Kerkorian did, combined together. I just sold my insurance company last week, and multi nine-figure transaction that we're talking about. So that was part of the insurance company that we're doing. Now I'm still a CEO, acting CEO, but for me, this is what I've learned. Whatever you are incredibly interested in, there's an audience for that. Whatever you're if you are interested in Rolex watches, okay, which I'm not, okay, but it looks good. I like gold. It goes nice with my skin. By the way, my watch is never on time. Look what time it is there.
My watch is
I've
the same.
never ever fixed the time.
We have the
What date is
5th.
it?
It's
Okay.
Today's the 10th.
Okay, today's not even the 10th. It's the 11th today, I think.
It's
Today's
the 11th,
we're
you're
both
right.
wrong.
It's the 11th.
Do you know if you own 7 Patek Philippe watches, they will eventually, after 7 that you own, they will make a one of one just for your family. One of one just for your family. Now maybe a $500,000 check, and maybe a $1 million check. But that watch they make that's one of one, it's only for you to one day pass it down to your son. See, when you hear that story, what happens? I'm interested.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is pretty sick. Now, am I gonna build a YouTube channel around watches? No, I'm not. I'm never gonna do that because I'm not that interested.
Yeah.
Now go talk to a guy that's obsessed with watches and see what happens. See what happens when they talk about it, okay? So the point is, people want to listen to people talk on a topic that can go deep, that they're obsessed about. It does not matter what it is. So most people aren't obsessed about too many things.
Yeah.
Fortunately and unfortunately, I'm obsessed about a lot of different things. So the way it's looking right now, the last 2 years, too much money was made. A lot of money was made, which happy for everybody that made their money. Real estate went up 40.4% last 2 years. A big part of why it's doing so well is because there's no inventory. If you look at data, what happened in April, March, level of inventory, flat to February. February to March, flat. March to April, flat. And then April to May, boom. May to June, boom. If inventory keeps going up, prices of real estate's gonna go down. All of these crazy things are happening. 80,000 Bitcoin millionaires have disappeared. Let me say that again. 80,000 Bitcoin millionaires have disappeared. A lot of these Bitcoin millionaires were buying $200,000 watches, $1 million homes, multi-million dollar homes, Lamborghinis, Ferraris, Rolls Royce. That's gone. And I predict, I may be wrong and I'm hoping I'm wrong, I predict the next 2 years is gonna be very, very ugly. By the way, let's revisit a year and a half from now and see what's gonna happen. So either you're gonna come and say, I told you, PBD, or I'm gonna say, listen, we're gonna see what's gonna happen next. Who knows what's gonna take place?
Yeah.
But this was great.
If I'm right, you'll see me come with 5 Rolls Royces. I've only been full time for the last 5 years, so.
You should see the baseball players how they talk.
No, totally.
Don't baseball players all have this just like they're dancing? It's like, it's like, the thing, the way they are, it's just,
They
just the jock energy that they got. Like they go to a course and they say, here's 19 keys to being a jock. And they go through it and then boom, they turn out like this.
Yep. You dye your hair, you just do whatever.
That's it.
You don't care.
5 years and you've been doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
All right, that was a lot of fun interviewing Patrick. What he's got going on here is crazy, especially with the vault, his team. Super dope that he told us he sold his company and he's going to be pushing Valuetainment to even crazier things. So I'm excited to see what he does, and I'm excited to build a relationship with him and see what it does for the future.